Hey Scorpio, welcome to Get Live 333. This is Jackie. Thanks so much for joining me. This is going to be a Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus spread for April 1st to the 15th. April Fool's Day to Tax Day if you're in the States. While I prep the cards, I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread, but while I prep the cards, I want to just answer two questions that I did get quite a few questions about. First of all, my accent is from New York. A lot of people were asking that. And then second, a lot of people were asking if there's anything that would be indicated in the chart for us to understand how a person would resonate more with their moon sign than their sun sign. And there is. You have to check out the time that you were born. So if you were born between sunset and sunrise, chances are you resonate greater with your moon sign. And then conversely, if you were born between sunrise and sunset, you'll resonate greater with your sun sign. Okay, that's kind of like a blanket rule. I can get into talking about how all the other planets inflect the chart regarding tarot. I'd like to do a video on that at some point. Okay, so this is a Celtic cross spread. I'm sure many of you have seen this already. I like to do my Celtic crosses with all the cards face up because I like to see how the energy inflects each other. Hopefully you guys can you see that? All right, Scorpio, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the Ten of Cups reverse, indicates the situation. If we were doing a private reading right now, this would be your answer card. Okay, for whatever question you had in a personal reading. But in these general readings, and again, the energy can be flip-flopped, as you guys should know at this point, between you and maybe your partner or someone close to you. But in the general readings, this is an indicator of the overall situation, which is the Ten of Cups reverse. So this indicates an overall positive time for you, for sure, with some irritation. We have it in reverse. So there's some irritation that you're dealing with or frustration. It's like an undercurrent, sort of like underneath things. Yeah, and I'm getting like there are changes in friendships and maybe in your family as well, relationships in your family. An issue is occurring within your family or those you consider like family. They don't have to actually be blood connections that may need to be addressed, some sort of issue. And this can be kind of disruptive in some way to your routine, I'm getting, and some kind of tension or discord is being felt by you in relationships. Yeah, this can indicate some miscommunication, and this energy pushes the need to keep up appearances. You know what I mean? Like where you don't want everyone, maybe at work or in your friend group or your family, to really know what's going on the down low, like if you're having an issue with someone. So this is indicated in this energy. It happens, But the thing is, when you're so busy keeping up appearances, sometimes that gets in the way. And that can actually prevent having an authentic conversation and an authentic, coming to terms and understanding of things. So, this can cause a fallout between you and someone or a group of people, but it's temporary. It's not a major challenge because the overall energy with this Ten of Cups card is still really positive. Just for some of you, don't worry if you're on the outs with someone for a minute, because other people that you prefer much better are going to be able to slip right into that space. That's what I'm getting here. I just get this feeling, Scorpio, like you're just not going to be having it. Like anyone who, you're just going to have a low threshold for disrespect and petty bullshit. You're just not really going to have it in you to deal with it. So this might end up causing some temporary discord in your relationship. I don't get it, like a permanent vibe from this, but it's here, so I have to give it to you. It's an energy you're going to have to deal with. And then here we have the Wheel of Fortune is what's complimenting you or helping you out right now. And you're all about, this is great, because right now you're all about keeping your energy open and staying positive, It's just very complimentary. Yeah, in the best way. And you could feel the power of Jupiter in this card. This is a Jupiter card. Yeah, it's just pushing you right into the next phase of your life. Like, Scorpio, I don't know, you have this understanding I'm getting that you know how important it is to be positive, to bring positive, if that makes sense. You know, that's saying like, as above, so below. You guys are really in touch with that right now. Yeah, you're in a time, this indicates that you're in a space where chance meetings are going to happen, things that are kind of like serendipitous, unexpected offers, things just shifting to a better space for you. And you could just feel it, even if it's not happening in the real world yet, you feel the shift happening. And it's like just to a better space, and you just feel it. Your intuition is ridiculous right now. Very psychic, you know, yeah, and able to see in an honest way your light and dark sides. You know, you're beautiful and you're ugly, and not only in you, but in those very close to you. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, it's just like a real great period of self-growth I'm getting here, mixed with unexpected change, which is great. And these changes can be in a bunch of areas, depending on your situation. It could be in your living arrangements. It could be the return of an ex. But if that is the deal, you're going to need to decide. I hear you from here. Some of you are like, no, you know, or some of you are like, yes, finally. You're just going to need to decide right now if you really think you guys can work this time. Like, definitely do not try to make it work. This is indicating, this is the Wheel of Fortune, guys. This is Lady Luck, right? Think about the Wheel of Fortune in Vegas. Depends on what it lands on. So it can be good, it cannot be good. It really does depend. If it's right, though, this next time around, it's going to be really beautiful. And everything's going to go really smoothly. So that's awesome. And if this has to do with career, if you're not in the situation where you are in any way romantically involved or potentially romantically involved, news is coming that will improve your situation in any area that you are focused on in work, any ideas that you're, nurturing right now. You guys might be thinking about changing careers right now. And this is definitely a positive energy, and it's going to happen really quickly. I get this is very interesting vibe from this reading, just like doing a little panoramic of it. There's delay and then there's fast, and it's delay and then there's fast, but let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, so here, this is the situation of the reading, which is the Sun reverse, and I love this. Who else got this? Capricorn, and I think Taurus got the Sun reverse too, which is blowing my mind. The readings are just so good this month for this 2-week period. It's everybody's shifting. Why I like the Sun, because if there's any negativity on the table, it's going to positively inflect it. And what I mean by that is the power of the Sun card. It's real, guys. Even reverse. The reverse just indicates all the beauty that the Sun upright has, just in a little bit of a delayed fashion, just a little bit of a delay. But the beauty's there, and what happens is it inflects any possible negativity on the table, and it lessens it. It truncates the duration of it. It lessens the intensity of it. It makes it less dramatic. It calls for solutions quicker. So I love that, And this really does indicate, though, that you've been going through a challenging time that you're now seeing an improvement in. This represents like an outward aspect of yourself, and this just renewed sense of life, this new energy. You're just feeling this new energy after a period of confusion that could have come from, someone lying to you, or just being underhanded, or you just feeling maybe confused about where you're going in your life right now. It really could just be that. But this absolutely indicates healing and growth and feeling clear in where you're going. And yeah, you're just going to be feeling more comfortable just in general, in your home, in your partnerships, in your choices right now. This is just such a period of growing. I know I keep saying that, but everything is indicating this. It's really great. And another thing that the sun is great for is when we're doing self-reflection, which you're going to be doing, right? Because you have that Wheel of Fortune. We're very open and honest with ourselves during this time about our choices and how we have come to arrive where we've arrived at. And things that didn't work out, being able to see it from a more objective space and really look at the lessons and learn from them and accept them. You know, this energy of the sun is acceptance. It's a growth and acceptance. So I mean, I just really love that. That's great. Yeah, and too, like, money's going to be great and all of that. And if you're into maybe a new workout plan or taking care of yourself in a different way, you know, better way, let's say, this is really increasing your capacity for willpower. So it's just so positive. It's really just such a positive card to have on your table. All right, and then we have in the 4th position, this is going to be the foundation of the reading. This is 8 of Wands reverse. So this energy indicates delay. What was I saying before? Delay. Let's go fast. Let's stop. Crazy energy right now. So this energy is delay, but you may have a few things. You're just going to have a couple of things on hold right now is what I'm getting. Maybe you're waiting for a decision of some kind from some place that will ultimately unblock other ambitions that you're waiting to execute or take advantage of. Does that make sense? Where it's like once you get a response about something, it's sort of going to open the floodgates for you to go down a particular path. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, but this absolutely is telling you to be patient and try not to complain. The best you can, Scorpio. Don't put it out there, you know. Just be diligent in your work and stay focused and try not to give it too much energy because it is happening, okay? And if this has to do with relationship, you might be finding that you're having stupid, petty arguments with your partner or your friends. It could even be your friends. Yeah, but you know, with a relationship though, if you have hopes for a certain person right now, you know, a certain love interest, I'm getting, yeah, you may be feeling a little bit disappointed by their lack of contact. But, you know, when I see this, I look at what's close by, right? The close by energy and what's inflecting it. And across the street, right here is across the street, is the Two of Cups. So that's really positive because this Two of Cups is in your external influence position. So I'm really not worried about this. Yeah, this is good. Just be patient. You know, between this and the sun, this is nothing. This, you may not even be interpreting the situation correctly, or this may be the situation where someone might be sketching out on you a little bit, but it's not going to last. I just don't feel like if it's somebody new. Yeah. Yeah, and for those of you who aren't in a relationship, this could just be a time of movement for you. You know, it's a time of movement and cleaning out. And what I mean by that is we have Pluto in the South Node right now, so this is the deal with that. Pluto is an interesting fella because on the one hand, he wants to dig into our underworld, into the underbelly of our life and just drag up all the nasty shit from our past that we don't need anymore. But at the same time, he wants us to get rid of it. But at the same time, he wants us to really pay attention to all the good in our life and make sure that we're not getting rid of what is ultimately going to serve us in a positive way. But the problem is when you have all of this, you know, delay and then quick movement and the stress, and it's very hard to get a really clear picture of what's good and what's not good in your life to hold on to. And this kind of contradiction in your mind, I feel like, is really getting in the way, is why this Eight of Wands is reversed here. It's just that you're in this space of just trying to put it all together and figure it out, you know? Yeah. And then we have in your past card the Four of Wands here. So this past energy is beautiful in that it indicates a time of willingness to be involved, you know, sharing your light. Scorpio, you guys are just so well lit from the inside. You're so emotional and so beautiful in that way, and just very enthusiastic about an area in your life that you were feeling very stable and balanced in this particular area anyway. Maybe not throughout your life, you know. But then on the other hand, I do have to mention that with this card being a Venus and Aries energy, your love life may have been feeling a little intense. You know, just feeling or being dominated or domineering in some way that could cause some stress in that particular area. But this also does indicate for some of you a new partner if you were in that space of wanting a new partner. This does indicate a new partner or love interest at this time, you know, which is great. And this person is will definitely have expressed how they feel about you. We're not dealing with somebody who's holding their feelings back. We're getting a lot of energy, a lot of emotion from this. So that's good. And for those of you not in a relationship, great time for creativity. I feel like you're just coming out of a period of feeling creative or really into something that you just really enjoy. It could be playing with your animals. It could be anything. Really into your workout routine. Really into hanging out with your friends. Really into yoga and meditation. Really into something. There's this very positive passion going on for all of you, but that's certainly an option for particularly for those of you who are not involved in any kind of love relationship, you know. And then we have here the Knight of Pentacles. That's the near future, okay? And he's in reverse there. And again, you know, you guys know that the gender doesn't matter. So this energy warns that you not be complacent, Scorpio, when it comes to your money and your finances in general. Just pay attention to what's coming in and what's going out. You know, I have to tell you. Because this also indicates someone in your life who's stubborn and can't see others' viewpoints. And I have to say, it can be you. I do have to say that just because, you know, the energy can be flipped. But I don't think so. Only because I see this is the U position, the Queen of Pentacles. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm feeling like you're dealing with somebody who is is pessimistic, a little reluctant to take necessary actions and unwilling to go beyond their comfort zone. You know, it's a pentacle, so I'm going to say money. They might be pretty materialistic and maybe even a little secretive about it, a little dishonest right now. But this could also be your partner really needing to take better care of themselves, or someone in your life. It could also be a family member. This could also be a close friend. And they're not, because the pentacles can also represent health, you know. So that could be a situation where someone is not taking really good care of their health. It could be you, but absolutely that's what the energy is indicating here, for sure. Yeah. And then we have you in the Queen of Pentacles position. So, you know, look, you know, kind of conversely to this Knight of Pentacles reverse is, you know, you like good things and you know how to spend your money well, you know. You do, but you know, Scorpio, I just feel like you're a sign who you've had periods in your life where you have had money and where you have not had money. And depending on what circumstances are in your life, you're either really, really responsible with money or you struggle with holding it together in this area. Not that you don't have it coming in, but it's you struggle to balance it all out in the end. That's either going to resonate with you or not. Scorpios are typically on one end of the spectrum or the other. So, again, as with any reading, take that as it applies. But back to you being the Queen of Pentacles, you're just so wise, you know, and so affectionate and supportive of people in your life. And as you in this reading, the message is definitely to take care of your body, right? Because I did mention that it has to do with health because it's a pentacle, and your finances right now. So perhaps some cleaning up for maybe your partner's mishandlings or a family member, you know what I mean. Maybe somebody got themselves into a little bit of a pickle when it comes to money, and you are very wise in this area. And honestly, Scorpio, even if this is you having the money problems, you know how to get yourself out of it ultimately. It's just a matter of you paying attention to it. So really, I mean, there's a lot of pentacle energy on this side of the reading, so just make sure you pay attention to that, okay? And then we have going to this external influence, the Two of Cups. This external Venus and Cancer influence is great. It's so harmonious, it's peaceful, it's love, it's a deepening commitment. If you're in an existing relationship, that indicates you guys go into that next level, and that's whatever that means to you. So maybe for some of you it's getting married, some of you it's just moving in together, some of you it's to start a family, some of you it's to just be 100% committed to each other and not see other people, you know, fill in the blank. It does depend, but it's beautiful. It really is. Just it's great, and this just indicates a new partnership for those of you who are single. Very, very passionate. If that's your situation, this is going to be the kind of time period where it's like it's all consuming, you know, it's all about that person, at least in your head anyway, right? But even your friendships have increased support and understanding right now. And I want to say this does support the return of feeling connected to friends and family that you may have had a falling out with. So if we go back to that Ten of Cups reverse energy, that definitely supports that, you know. See, so if this is the case, look, we're not even out of the 2-week cycle yet, and you guys are figuring your stuff out. So that's, you know, that's great. Yeah, you're just going to be feeling, you know, very connected in general. This indicates reconciliation, guys, you know. So again, I mean, we have a lot of reconciliation energy here, and that's going to be great for some of you and not great for others. Again, this is a general reading, so it depends on how it hits you, but just old arguments are going to be resolved, and you guys are going to agree, you know, out loud to each other to leave the past in the past. You know, you just are. But I feel like just because we have the Hangman coming up as your fear, I feel like you might be afraid that you won't be able to do this. But guys, this is really so, so positive. So let's just talk about this Hangman reverse for a minute. Okay. This is you being afraid of your own thinking. This is you being afraid that you might be thinking too rigidly. Right? Let's keep it real with ourselves, Scorpio. So, you know, there's an expression, once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. I feel like you might be struggling with this when it comes to reconciliation, where maybe things were done, things were said, things were done instead that cannot be undone and unsaid. And you may be in a space of really so badly wanting to keep the past in the past. But this is the thing. You can never keep all of the past in the past. That's just illogical to think like that. But what you can do is unpack the situation, take the lesson out of it, put that in your backpack, throw the other stuff away, and move it on. And if you really love this person, and if there was a falling out where apologies were made on your side, their side, both sides, whatever, you're both going to have to be able to do that. Nothing is perfect. Every Every situation has its flaws. And I know you all know that, but sometimes it's helpful to hear it again, you know? And I just feel like with this Hangman reverse, you're just struggling about this past. Or it could even be with a friendship that you had a snafu with, you know? But it's like you're afraid that you need to revise and adjust your expectations because you're fearing that your ideas may no longer be possible for you or for the relationship. Almost like maybe you're feeling almost like your ideas for the relationship or situation are maybe outdated and you're just realizing this. You know, this could also, for those of you who are in a romantic relationship, this could absolutely be your career too. You know, you really being afraid of you not being in the career that you're supposed to be in. And just feeling this, you're feeling this shift in your life. You're feeling this next phase starting. And some of you may feel like this almost tangible kind of pressure to make a shift in, you know, in your career or in your direction. And it's a scary thing for you. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, there is definitely an identification here that you might be hanging on to a fantasy version of something right now. Could be a relationship, could be a friendship, could be a job. Okay? And the reality that that's probably not ultimately going to serve you without changing things. Like you're really feeling that you need to change the way things were. You don't want to go back to where it was. You wouldn't be feeling this discomfort if there wasn't something off with it. So you need to make the change. And Scorpio, change is never comfortable. Not even positive change. I don't care what anybody says. Positive change is easier to handle, but it's stressful. And yeah. So you just, yeah. You're just going to be asking yourself, you know, if you really feel the need to liberate yourself from something, from a person, a contract, a connection, an obligation that you fear will never be able to fully bring you what you actually want. And is this real or is it in your head? And this is the space that you're going to be in of worry right now. But the thing is this, your outcome is the Page of Pentacles, and this is a great card. This indicates progress, fantastic beginnings of a new venture in your life. Fantastic. So look, you're hanging upside down. Well, you're right side up, actually. You're supposed to be upside down thinking. So you're confused here. And that's okay. That would be so weird for you to go through a period of transformation and not feel a little conflicted and weird about things. Come on. Right? Confusion is part of that. Page of Pentacles, though, beautiful. I love it. Good news is coming in regarding money. Business, if you guys are in business. Education, for those of you who are in school. Travel, you guys might be planning a trip. And Pentacle, it's health, even good health. This is definitely supporting a new approach to taking care of yourself, a new approach to money, just a new approach, period. Could be a new job, you know, on the mundane level. You know, that's typically what everybody says. It's, you know, the standard definition of it, but it could be so many other things. The only caveat with this, you know, Scorpio, I have to say it, is this silly warning about money again. So just be sure to do your due diligence in all practical areas of your life. You know, think about the time period, right? Because this goes till April 15th, which is tax day. So make sure you get your taxes done. Make sure your schedule isn't like overbooked. Just make sure you have your appointments in check and, you know, things like that. Things like that. Because this is the thing. This is a really exciting time period for you. I'm not kidding. This is like a doors opening after this time period. Mercury's going to be out of retrograde probably around the 11th-ish, but you want to give it until that weekend. So yeah, I mean, this lines up perfectly with Mercury finally coming out of shadow. It's just going to be such